Okay, in this video we're just going to look at how you can do voiceover recording in Adobe Premiere Pro. And the reason you might want to do this is maybe you shot a video, you've ended up having to add new clips and you don't have voiceovers for it, or maybe you've missed some key points of the key points of the video and you need some audio to go over the top of that. It's useful for things like if you're shooting your own videos. It might be a case that you've just completely missed a section or you just need to fill something in. So we're just going to quickly run through how you can kind of do that in Premiere and just kind of save that kind of edit. And what we'll do is, first of all, we've got a very basic just video track and audio track, so nothing too exciting going on in this. So you can see audio track 1 is being used up by this, which is the actual main audio that was recorded with it. We've got audio track 2, 3 and 4, they're all empty, and then we've got this little microphone here on all of them, and what we can do is just click this and you can see we've got this countdown. Okay, and then what's happened is it's gone back to the start of the video, but you can see it's recording. We'll just stop that, and sorry about that, it was a bit of a mess. So it's there's the actual audio from the video and then another voiceover. So this isn't going to work because obviously that's just too much audio going on and it's just a mess of 2 tracks. But what you could do, if you want to start it from the start, we can hit mute on this original audio, hit that again, 3, 2, 1, and then as the video is recording and playing, this is actually updating as it's going. You probably can't see because there's not a lot going on in this, but the actual video will play as you're talking as well, which is quite useful. So if we hit stop again, you'll see if we go back, this is just me talking, and obviously this track was muted. So that is a workable voiceover from there. The main issue more than likely is going to be that you don't want to do it from the start of the video. So what you'll probably want to do is do it from somewhere in the middle, and then what we could do is, again, we'll mute the track because otherwise we're going to end up with too much audio in there. Ideally what you do is probably unlink the clip, cut out the bit of audio that you don't want, and then we'll record a new section over it, which I guess we could do. We could just say, oh, don't want to do that. So we could just get rid of that with the razor tool, jump into there, and then we'll just say this is what we want to do. So what we can do is press I, and we'll go, that's an in point. And then if we hit audio this time, you can see 3, 2, 1, and then it runs into this bit of the clip. So it's when it went down to 0, we're now into this bit, and you can see it's now recording into here. So this bit of audio now will just fill this space. We could just kind of talk pretty much up until the end of it and then hit the space bar, and then you can see this bit of audio has been generated, and we could just sort of pop it into there. You might have heard, I don't know if you did or not, but you might have heard that was a little bit fuzzy, and the reason for that, I think, is because we've got, if we go to voiceover record settings, so you just want to right click on any of the mics, go to voice record settings, because I'm already recording from the microphone for screen recording, it's essentially having problems with that. But there's a couple of options you can do in here. You could pick different microphones, so I could pick my Rode mic, which is plugged in, as the as the source microphone. I'm not going to do that because, like I say, it's probably going to conflict with it. But you can also change this as well. You can have the pre-roll and the post-roll to be more. So if you need a bit more time to prepare, you can increase that. Or if you don't want it, you can just totally get rid of it. One thing I find quite useful is actually these countdown sound cues. So what you can do, wherever you are, it's going to go back to the in point. So like if we hit voiceover again, you can see it's done the sound part of it. Then we're recording again. And then when we hit stop, it's just going to kind of count out as well. So you've got a couple of little options there. And you can also come up to Premiere Pro, settings, and then you want to just go to audio hardware, and to do an overall change of the input, you can do that here. So you can change your inputs up in here if you want to. It might be that you've got a nicer microphone than my laptop microphone is not very good, obviously, so I'd use an external mic to kind of do it all. So you've got some nice little options in there. You just have to remember, like I say, if you're going over the top of another track, mute it. Remember to set your in points. I mean, a nice easy way, if you don't want to interrupt anything, you can kind of come out to here, hit an in point, and then you can just record audio just off the edge of your track, you know, and just do your voiceovers out the edge of it. But the nice thing about doing it within there is obviously you can voice it over as you're seeing all the footage go, and then you know exactly how much space you need to fill. You know that what you're saying is actually fitting in with the actual with the video that's playing at that time. So that's really the best way to do it, I think. But like I say, you've kind of got options in there, and it's all fairly easy to do. So if you've forgotten to you know, record a voiceover or do a bit of audio, you don't have to stress about it. You can quite easily just, you know, record it on a new track. You can leave it on its own track, or you can kind of merge it in where it needs to go. And yeah, it's just a quite nice, simple way to do it. And another thing you'll find as this is happening, obviously you've got all the stuff that you've put in before, but every time you record this, you'll end up with new audio tracks, and you can see we've got audio 2_4_5_6, and it just kind of goes on and increments as it's there. So every time you create a new screen recording track, not a screen recording track, so a voiceover track, it's creating a new WAV file here, and you can manage these. So, you know, if you do a bad take, my opinion would be to just delete them out of the project bin, because otherwise you'll end up with loads of audio files and not really know what they are. And again, you can come in, so, you know, right click on one of these, and you can always jump into here, and you can see here where we've got audio 2_8. We could call this, so let's say like Fred is doing voiceover scene 2 or something like that. We can pull that in where we want it, and then we can do start the voiceover, and then you can say, you know, this is Fred's bit where Fred is talking, and then you can essentially, once the clip has been saved, if we just hit space, you should find that now on this, oh no, it would have helped if I did it on the right track. Sorry. So if you do it on here, you can say, you know, this is Fred's bit where Fred is talking. There's already some talking there, so let's just hit that. And then you can see here, we've got Fred voiceover scene 2. And the other one came up as audio 3, because it's audio channel 3. So by default, they're just called audio channel 1, audio channel 2, audio 3. So yeah, you can essentially, like I say, you can name them like that. And if it's a few takes, it will essentially be like Fred voiceover, number 1, number 2, number 3. And then at least then, if you are leaving them in, you can remember, okay, well, 2 was the good one because it had this in it, or so on. You know, it's just a way of organizing it, and it not just all being called audio whatever. So yeah, that's quite a good thing to sort of bear in mind, and kind of do that. It's just a bit of a best practice just to keep your edit tidy, and you know what everything is then. So yeah, but yeah, hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, give the video a like. If you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe.